to American Dream Selling Seattle. I'm your host, JENNICA LYNN, where I showcase women-owned businesses in the Seattle community. Today, I wanted to switch it up and bring you something a little bit different, a resource. I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Farley, with West Coast Commercial Realty. She's going to tell us and share with us, how does somebody get started with a commercial space? If you're thinking of brick and mortar and you don't know where to start, let's go chat with Kara and we'll get you that information today.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, thanks for coming.
It's gonna be a fun conversation.
Absolutely, yeah. Welcome to our listing here in Belltown. I figured it was a good spot to chat about commercial real estate.
Perfect. I am so excited for us to have this conversation. I know the residential world, but I have no knowledge about the commercial world, and I thought this would be a really fun conversation to bring more information to people. The commercial space is very male-dominated.
It is, but I'm proud to say that West Coast Commercial is women-owned and operated. Over 50% of our office is women, so lots of things are shifting in Seattle, so we're happy to see it.
I love that. So a woman has an idea, they want to start a business, they're looking at considering brick and mortar. Where does one even begin?
Yes, that's definitely the golden question, right? And probably the most daunting, where to start. I recommend starting by narrowing your search. So find out what specifically you need for your business. So is that location, square footage? Just think about it. So location, do you depend heavily on foot traffic? If so, let's put you in downtown, Belltown, Cap Hill, places that people are going to be walking to and from work and are going to want to pop into your space. Do you need to be on the corner of a busy intersection or high visibility off of the highway? So do you need parking? All things to consider. Another really big one is square footage. So you are paying market rent based on square footage. So you're really gonna wanna utilize every nook and cranny of your space. You definitely don't want 1,000 square feet of unused space in the back. It's super expensive. So kind of honing in on what your logistics look like specifically for your use is gonna be huge.
So we start with having our business plan of what we need a space for. Then we have our financials, our marketing put together to present to the landlord for what we're gonna use that space. Lastly, we need to know how we're gonna use the space for the square footage. And then finally, I think one of the biggest things that I feel as a challenge as a woman in business is I always wanna make sure I'm ahead of what I need to know. I wanna make sure that I'm prepared. What is something that women can prepare for by moving into looking at commercial spaces?
Right, so just having those documents lined up ahead of time is great. If you can reach out to your commercial broker ahead of time to get that game plan together, talk strategy, get market details so you can include it in your business plan, it will pay off for sure. And then patience is also really important. You know, real estate is a moving target, as we all know. So patience and flexibility is gonna be really key. But again, if you have the patience, then we'll make it. Seattle has one of the highest retail markets, strongest retail markets in the country. So if you can stick it out, you have such a great chance of being successful here. So this is an example of a second generation space. So all of the infrastructure from the previous tenant is still in here, which maybe you could use for your business, depending on what it is. So possibly merchandising, checkout, whatever you need it for. Now, of course, you can still paint the walls, you can change out the carpet, you can do a lot to this space to customize it for what you need, but this is really gonna be more of a turnkey situation where you're move-in ready, right? So we could possibly get you up and running for business sooner than later. This is a white box space. So the landlord has ripped out everything from the previous tenant and left a completely blank canvas for you. So you could imagine just about anything in here. You could do a coffee shop, you could do fitness, you could do retail clothing. The sky's kind of the limit in something like this. A con would be it's gonna take a little bit longer to get up and going, but the pros are you get to do whatever you want and maximize that square footage we were talking about earlier.
I love this. This has been so cool to see the difference, to know the process. Thank you for showcasing that. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me on another episode of American Dream TV Selling Seattle, where I showcase women in business. I hope today was a helpful resource when considering commercial space and that you reach out to Kara as your commercial real estate agent. Looking forward to seeing you next time on American Dream TV. Cheers.